Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Creatives of Windsor Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Sherdown, and today I'm sitting down with local vlogger and social media personality, Nina No. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I was just going to say, your intro is so dope. You might have to start rapping or something soon because...
Everybody likes it. Everybody's like always dancing and like jamming out. Yeah, I bought it from some guy online.
Well, it's yours now. You can do whatever you want with it.
So I guess what I want to start with is like you got so much going on like your Instagram and stuff and your YouTube. There's so much to talk about, but like how would you classify like what you do?
Oh my goodness. I don't even know, actually. I guess some people might think I'm an influencer, but sometimes people have like a negative connotation with that word.
Which is why I didn't call you one. In the intro.
Thank you so much. But I would also say like, content creator. Like I like to make content, shoot pictures, videos of my life in general. Like I just like to share what's going on, and everyone goes through the same experiences, so why not, right?
Yeah, no, it's cool. And it's fun to like, you make that stuff for like everybody to see, but then you also get to look back on it for yourself. It's nice, right?
100%. I keep telling people too, like, it's so nice to reflect back. Like I want to look back when I'm 80 and be like, wow, I lived a million lives. And it's just like a nice refresher too, right? To experience them all over again.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like like obviously I'm a photographer, but I do like video work for like my business and everything.
Yeah.
But I started kind of doing some stuff for fun, and I've like made a couple little vlogs this year, and it is nice to just look at. I've noticed them,
yeah. Like your trip away to California?
Yeah, and I did one there, and then I did a few from Nicaragua, because I was like, I filmed that one in California like a year before I edited it.
Yeah.
And then I edited it like a week before we went to Nicaragua, and I was like, oh, that was fun.
Right? So then and it really tests your creativity too, because you're like, maybe this will work, maybe that'll work, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of inspires everyone else to do the same.
For sure. You know what? I never did it before because I was always like, we're just going to focus on like the pictures, right? Like that's the main, like that's what's important to me. And I didn't want like, it's hard enough, I didn't want like to have to do something else, but then I did, it was fine. You only need like a couple clips to put a video together. Like it's nothing, it didn't take away from my shooting.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you feel the same way, but sometimes when you're like in the zone of editing or whatever it is, you're kind of like, this is kind of like zenful. Like you're in the zen, like you're just so relaxed and like doing what you like. So it doesn't feel like a chore.
No, for sure. I always say nothing goes by, like nothing passes time faster than when I'm editing. Like I'll be out, like whether it's for work or for fun, like I'll come sit out here and like, I don't know, say it's after lunch and I need to like edit a wedding. It'll be like 1 and then it'll be like 3:30 and I'll be like, shit, like I need more time, like it goes by so fast. Yeah, no, for sure.
It's the same feeling I have when watching TikToks at nighttime too. You'll be like scrolling and then it's like 3 hours past. You're like, oh shit.
I know, it's so bad. And I try not to do it.
I know, it's such a bad addiction, but it's so hard when like everything's curated for you. So I get like everything. Like I get the funniest memes. I get like the corniest like dance battles or, the wholesome Nara Smith like cooking videos. Like, you know what I mean? So It's like never ending.
No, yeah. And like, it's like as somebody who's making that content, you kind of have to consume it too, right? So you get ideas and inspiration to make it.
Yeah.
That's the problem is like, you kind of have to watch it because I'll be like, I need some more ideas. I haven't watched anything. Like I need to like, what's the trend right now? Especially if I'm doing it for like a business or something, I'd be like, oh, this needs to like perform well. Like what's, the trend for like the last couple weeks kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And like, sometimes it's just fun to incorporate like your content with your friends, family, whether it's for a business too. So if anything, it works out for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. So I saw you were interviewed by CTV.
Yes, by Sanjay. He's awesome.
Yeah, that was sweet. About like your traveling and stuff. And he asked you how many trips you take a year. What was it?
I think it's like every 2 months. I'm always flying somewhere else.
That's a lot.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a frugal traveler though. That's the thing. Like I don't like spend like huge amounts of money. Like I like the idea of spending the bare minimum, but also getting the best experience out of it. Because I know like for me, like I was a student for so long, right? Like I just finished, like I'm still like finishing stuff up right now. And like you still want to enjoy life because you're young. And the one thing that really inspired me actually to travel to begin with was when I was doing my bachelor's degree here in Windsor, I was doing a placement at a nursing home at Schlegel Village. And one of the things that a lot of the older adults stated actually was to travel. Literally quit your job, travel right now. Like, you're so young, like you need to learn more than just your 9 to 5 or just what you're doing in school, because you'll learn more by being on your own, figuring shit out on your own, right? So that really inspired me, because they also said that's one of their biggest regrets.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And yeah, like I travel quite a bit too. I do like every 3 months, not every 2. That's an extra 2 a year. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
But you could always do something like nearby too, even if it's like a neighboring city. Like obviously Windsor, Essex is a big county. LaSalle, Amherstburg, everywhere. Like you can do like a staycation too. I consider that traveling.
Yeah, see, when I say traveling, I mean like a big trip. But like for I've gone away the last 4 weekends in a row. I did like Toronto, then I did somewhere camping in the States, then I did camping at Rondo here.
Yeah.
But I don't count those so much. I count, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fair, honestly, right? Because it's like a bit of familiarity, if I guess you could say. Yeah.
I'm kind of on a travel break, actually. I was like traveling too much, so I'm just doing like a bunch of like, I call them like small bangers. And just like really easy, like 2 or 3 day ones.
No, those are just as clutch, right? It gives you that little bit of extra dopamine kind of thing to get you going. We're flying to New York next weekend.
Oh, wow. Just for the weekend. I've never flown anywhere for a weekend before, so that should be crazy.
It'll be a jam-packed weekend. You're going to be so excited to be sleeping in your bed after.
I know, seriously. We're going to go like super crazy. We're doing 3 days and 2 nights. So we land at like 8 a.m. and then we leave like 2 days later at 9 p.m.
That's insane.
But it's going to be fun.
Basically no sleep.
Yeah. You know who I got the idea from was Tom Lucier, who owns Fog. He likes to travel a lot too. Yeah. But he doesn't like to be away. He doesn't like to miss days when he has his kids. So he does those so like
nice.
So he does like those 3 day ones, but he does like California, Colorado, and he just goes for 3 days and he's like smashes it out. So I was like, I'm gonna try that.
That's impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. How was Japan?
Oh my goodness. I would say it is such a good trip for everyone to go to, because it hits everything, like the cultural aspects, food, everything. But someone like me, like a super extrovert type of gal, like it was overwhelming for me.
Really?
Yeah, there was just so much going on, like 24/7. Like we'll be walking down, like I can't think of Akihabara. It's one of like the gaming districts. There were just millions of people on a sidewalk, like. It was insane, like lights, like everything. It was just so much and just so much stimulus that you're like, wow, this is exhausting. And one of the craziest things is they don't have benches or like a rest stop. So like think of Riverside, for example. There's always a bench every 50 to 100 meters.
Yeah.
None of that. They don't let you rest. They basically said you got to be a tourist and walk around everywhere.
That's cool though. That's nice. How long were you there for?
For a good 2.5 weeks.
That's a good amount of time.
I think so too.
Yeah. Did you do just city stuff, or did you like go to like the mountains at all?
Yeah, a bit of everything. Like we went to Kyoto. We also went to Nara, which is where the deers are, which is super cute. You can literally feed them a cracker and they'll bow twice before eating it.
Really?
They're like trained to do that, which is insane.
That's pretty cool.
And obviously we tried to go to Mount Fuji, but like the weather was today, it was raining and foggy, so we couldn't actually see it.
Like for me, that's where I would want to go.
Yeah, 100%.
As a photographer, like Fujifilm is named after that mountain. Yeah. And then like it's obviously very photogenic. I think we're gonna go to Japan at some point soon-ish in the next couple of years.
You have to. I'll give you my itinerary. We did a lot. Like,
thanks.
Jam-packed. Like I'm telling you, we were probably in bed at like 8 p.m. every night.
Yeah, that's what I love to do too, and then just like wake up super early. Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like you waste time at night.
100%.
And like you drink, which starts your next day slow. So I'd rather just go to bed early and not do that.
100%, I agree.
Yeah.
But everyone's a bit different when it comes to traveling. Some people live for the clubs and stuff.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like what you want to do there. Every trip's different. Like I went to Cuba, but I went with my family. And like every morning I would like hitchhike into the town and
That's awesome. Yeah.
shoot all morning, and then go meet them at the resort when I was like gassed and I accomplished something, and then I just chilled for the rest of the day. You know,
That's actually the best way to do it, to be honest. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Cuba is their food. Otherwise, they have pretty good like everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really bad. We brought peanut butter, which was like a saving grace.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, and Nutella.
That is smart. I know my boyfriend's dad, he brought literally like packets of ketchup and hot sauce, Frank's Red Hot, which is hilarious.
Yeah, if you bring like hot sauce, ketchup, peanut butter, and Nutella, you're pretty good at that point. Like you're good to go. Cuz like the peanut butter saves your breakfast. And then the hot sauce, like you just put it on eggs and whatever
weird chicken or something too.
Stuff they give you there. Yeah. That was and the drinks are really bad too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thunder was so loud.
I know. You might hear this.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Oh my God, I zoned out. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
What were we talking about? Thunderstorms.
Cuba. We were talking about Cuba.
Oh, Cuba. Yes.
When did you go?
I went December, so literally maybe 6 months ago.
Okay, I went to December before.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
It was fun. It was really cheap, and you get to fly from Windsor, which is like a huge plus.
So
right?
convenient. And like, I love Windsor Airport, but they have room for improvement. Like they can definitely like add more flights and to different places, right?
Yeah. I want to keep an eye. I want to do like, so like you can go to Cuba from Windsor in February for like really, really, really cheap. And you can like flight whatever, you stay at the resort and then eat that food. But like you can leave every day and do stuff, but you can go there for super cheap in like February. I was
gonna even say, even getting to Havana, it's like maybe $30 max.
Mm-hmm. Did you go?
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
I'm the type where I'm kind of nosy when it comes to traveling. Like if I'm there, like I might as well kind of immerse myself, right? Like one of the things I always tell people, like go to the grocery store. They have some awesome snacks and they're locally made compared to like if you go to like a 5-star cafe. Like obviously they're going to be great, but you're not going to get the same experience because they're going to obviously cater to tourists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the, like when we went to Havana, like a guy gave us a ride and then we're hungry. So he's like trying to bring us to like these tourist spots. And I'm like, dude, no, like we don't want this, you know? And then he kept taking us, I was like, bring us to like, I just want to walk down streets in Havana. And then he kept taking us to like, oh, you guys got to see this cigar place. And I'm like, okay, I was like, I'm taking you on a tour. Okay, ready? See this alley? We're going to walk down and out, you know? Just like, I want to like actually just walk up and down. That's it, you know?
Yeah, and that's it too. And like one of the things about traveling too, I kind of want to bring up is being mindful of who you want to travel with, because that can make it or break your trip. I don't know if you have that experience before with different people, or
I usually go alone.
You're a big solo traveler.
Yeah, alone with my wife, which is a lot more frequent now because for like the last year and a half she's worked for herself.
Yeah.
So like she's come on every trip now. Before, when she had a job, she could only come on like one a year. And then my best friend, and that's really all I usually travel with. How about you? Who do you usually go with?
No, I think what you're doing is awesome because for me, like, I'm a yes man. I'm going to always say yes. Like, if you're going to ask me and be like, hey, I'm thinking about going somewhere in a few months, I'll be like, okay, I'm down, right? But the problem with that is sometimes, like, what you want might not align with somebody else's. You know what I mean? So obviously I've had some really bad traveling experiences as well. And not so like good ones, but also really bad ones.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, is being mindful of who you want to go with. And like there's so many factors that are involved, like financially, what do they want to do? Are they a vacationer or a traveler? Do they actually want to wake up early and do stuff? Or are they kind of just the type of people that want to stay at the Airbnb or hotel? Right? Yeah. So, yeah.
Which is like, so my mom really wanted to go on a trip with us. And I was like, I'm not a resort person. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And they wanted to go to like Cancun, and like you can't leave the resort there. You know, it's kind of sketchy. So I was like, you know, like let's compromise. We'll go to Cuba because it's safe everywhere. And then, like you guys stay here all day. I'll leave for like half the day, and then I'll come back, and then from like, you know, like lunch all afternoon, I'd go to like the beach with them, and then all night we would do stuff. So it was like the perfect compromise, you know?
That is the perfect compromise, yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I understand. That's why I usually just go alone.
Honestly, and you go on your own timeline. Like, you're not having to worry about somebody else's. Obviously, it is fun to go with someone, but I've learned and seen so much more on my own. It's insane. Like, I definitely think it's like a great educational thing for someone to experience. So yeah.
It's really cheap when I go alone too.
Oh yeah, that's, I was gonna say, because you usually pay for your wife.
Yeah, so like when we go together, like, you know, we share money. So like now this trip is double as like, or when I go with a friend, it's actually cheaper because then we cut everything in half.
Yeah.
Things that you split, like if you have a room or whatever, you only have to pay for half now.
Yeah.
When we go together, we got to pay for double, you know. So we, you know, she's like, wow, it's so much cheaper when you go alone, you know. I was like, I know it is. But I obviously, like every trip, I always ask her if she wants to come. She doesn't like to travel as much as me, but and then, you know, probably like 3 out of every like 5 trips she's down for.
No, I love that. Yeah. Sometimes you need that too, is like just a solo trip just to do what you want. And I keep convincing my boyfriend, so he's gonna watch this and we're gonna tell him, you have to go on your own solo trip one day.
It's a very like unique experience.
Yeah,
right?
Humbling even.
Yeah, it's cool to be alone like that. It's nice.
Yeah.
But I have something to do. Like I'm always working on like a project, like photo wise. So I'm just like shooting, you know, my brain out all day and night.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of distracted. I'm not really alone. Like just like, oh, what am I gonna do today? Like go to a museum. Like no, I'm just like walking up and down random streets. Like, you know,
getting your content in.
Yeah, looking for like something weird to take a picture of. You know.
I was gonna say this is a huge flex, but you have a book that just came out.
Coming out.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
I guess. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I do. This is awesome.
I can reach it with my headphones on.
I don't want to brag, but here's a bit of a promo. It's called California Gold.
After this, we're diving into you.
It's actually about you. The tables have turned. But yeah, like when you posted a sneak peek of this, I was like, wow, this is actually insane. Like,
thanks.
How much time you've probably put into this with editing and like choosing which ones you want and to actually publish it.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Like
3 years. And then
this was 3 years in the making.
3 years of work and then about a year of like laying it out.
Oh.
And like
what you're saying.
There's not even a big design element. They're all the exact same size in the same spot, but it's like carefully curated.
Yeah.
So
it's like kind of like a story.
Yeah, like there's kind of metaphors throughout the photos.
One of my favorite photos, because who doesn't love flowers?
So as you can see, like, why are those photos together besides the colors? Like these flowers match the ones in the post. Yeah. So like it's kind of up for everybody's interpretation.
Yeah.
But if you flip through, there's like kind of different stories. Some are actually really cool the way I laid it out. And people don't really realize it until I point it out sometimes that I've showed so far. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. This is so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it comes out July 26th. And this should probably air in like a week. So it'll air like a month before it comes out. Yeah, which is perfect. Thank you for bringing that up.
What is that? You can pre-order actually right now.
I guess you can, yeah, if you want to.
The link will be underneath this video.
Thanks. Okay, so what were you doing with Mr. Puffs?
Oh, God damn. Okay. This is such a funny long story short type of thing. So a lot of us got invited, right, to kind of help promote their grand opening. And obviously as I arrived, like sometimes you don't really have like an idea of what you want for the video. You kind of just wing it.
Yeah.
So that's when the best ideas happen, to be honest, right? Yeah. You get to scope out the place. And so, just casually hanging out with a few other creators and whatever, waiting for, the food to be done. And I was just casually talking about, what are the odds of me being able to drive the car? And while I was like speaking that out loud, there was this guy that was kind of lingering behind, and it turns out to be one of the up higher, I don't know, not CEO, but like managers or something within the region.
Yeah.
He pops.
Is it a chain?
Yeah, so it's a chain throughout, but I think mostly in the States.
Okay.
And so he pops his head into this conversation. He goes, do you actually want to drive this car? And I started laughing, right? I'm like, LOL, yeah, like that'd be so cool. It's like a dream of mine because it's such a cute little car, like a ladybug car. Then he goes, I'll grab the keys and you can drive all you want. And I was like, you're joking, right? He goes, no, I'm being legit. Like we can go right now. Just give me a second. And he left. And I literally look at everyone. I'm like, is he lying? Like, is this happening right now? Then after that, he brought out the keys. He's like, what do you want to do? And I said, this is going to be a little corny considering this is Mr. Puffs, but can I do donuts in this car? He's like, sure. Full, like, he just let me full right, like, do whatever I want. I was like, this is sick. So obviously swerving the car around, looking cool. And then, yeah, that's kind of the inspo to that introduction of that reel.
Nice. How did it do? Did it like do pretty well, that reel?
It blew up. Yeah. It went up to like 10,000 like views. And damn. Yeah, so I was really impressed.
Nice. That's awesome. Sweet. Did you get a bunch of stuff there while you were there, like to eat?
Oh my goodness. It is so much sweets that if I were you, I would just get a small box because it will just be filling enough.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's so good.
It's on Dougal, right?
Yeah, on Dougal.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. And was Leanne there with you too?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, you guys have been hanging out a lot, eh?
I know. It's funny because I actually met her randomly at a networking event. And I happened to sit next to her eating pasta, so it all worked out.
Cool. Yeah, she was on like almost a year ago, which is crazy. But we've been friends for like a really long time now.
Yeah, she was saying that you guys work together at the Drive magazine?
Yeah, she's, like I do photos for them and she writes for them too. We've worked together on all kinds of like projects over the years, you know. I've done stuff for her like personally. She stood in weddings I've shot.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I've done work at like her work. Yeah. She's had me in for. So yeah, like so many things.
That's so cool.
Yeah. How do you like doing like the full length videos on YouTube compared to doing, you know, like quicker ones for Instagram and like TikTok?
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's very time consuming. Like if you're shooting like half an hour worth of film, like it takes so much longer to actually go through them, cut them, edit it the way you want it to. Like in comparison to like a reel or a TikTok video. You can do that within like half an hour tops.
Yeah.
Right? So I love it because it's like you're watching a movie kind of vibe. So kind of like a documentary or something. But obviously, like, it's just so time consuming, especially if you want to grow your account. It's a lot. Like, I'm sure with you in this podcast, I don't know if you're going to cut out anything.
I finally started doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for like the first year, because it's been just over a year. It's been 14 months now since I started this podcast, and the whole time I was like, we got to make TikToks and reels. We got to make it. And then I finally started doing it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they've all done like really well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank God. Actually, the one I posted like 2 days ago of Katie Butler.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hers is blowing up right now. It's up to 3,000 views, which is nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
We should do like a clickbait video or something. I actually had a TikTok idea. I was going to bring it up to you later.
Should we bring it up now or do you want to bring it up after?
We'll do it later.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
It's going to be so cringy to have this record our behind the scenes filming like a 10-second TikTok. It would be...
All right. Well, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it for sure. What camera do you always use your phone, or do you have a camera that you use too?
I kind of switch back and forth to a lot of things. Like obviously with you love your gear and stuff, right? I also love my gadgets and like devices. Like I have a bit of everything. Like I have a drone, I have an Insta360 camera, I have a GoPro when I want to do something sporty or athletic. What else do I have? I can't even think right now. A ring light or yeah, I also have a camera. It's like a vlogging camera. I think it's called the Sony ZV-1F.
Okay.
I could be butchering it, but I don't know. Yeah.
And it shoots horizontal?
Like both. Yeah.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah. That's cool. Do you bring that on trips and like, do you ever like take pictures, like do photography?
I try to, but I think it's so hard because I know sometimes when you have an itinerary or like trying to pack in every single thing you want to do, it's hard to capture everything that you want. Does that make sense? Yes. I feel like when you want to take a good photo, you kind of want to capture the essence of everything. So like, for example, looking at your background right now, like there's some key focus or focal point in your photos that I've noticed already right off the bat.
Yeah, and there's like no distracting elements in them, so you have to wait for it and plan it out.
Exactly. Or have people kind of walk out of the shot or, you know, so it is hard sometimes. And like, but with this type of stuff though, I love that it inspires everyone to create something different and new because my perspective of one thing is going to be completely different from yours.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which is why when I am working on a project specifically, I like to travel alone. So I don't have to like cater to what's like, nobody wants to sit in this spot for an hour and wait for the sun to set or skip dinner to go get this photo or like do these weird things for photos, you know? They want to like have fun and go along with the day, which is why it's easier to just go alone. So I can like really, like for this book, I did 4 trips, like 4 separate trips to shoot this book. And I was alone for 2 of them. So I was alone for half.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were able to capture more when you're alone compared to when you're with somebody else?
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah. Usually like the other 2, I was just with my wife. So that's easy. I let her sleep in and I'll get up at like 7.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I'll do like a 2-hour walk to like bang out the start of the day. Bring the camera all day. Wherever we end up, I'll get some more, you know, like here or there.
Yeah.
And then she's cool with like after dinner or whatever, like we got to go, or before dinner, we got to go get the sunset for like 45 minutes.
Oh, she is so supportive. I love that.
She's easy. She likes to read, so she just like brings her book or her Kindle.
Oh my God, that's like literally the perfect match. Like you get to do what you want to do while simultaneously hanging out.
Yeah, it works out well.
I was just gonna say too, like, you know, the National Geographic channel, like there's those photographers that will literally hide somewhere and take photos of animals and stuff.
I've seen that.
For hours. It's insane.
I don't have the patience for that. I can't do that.
Fair.
But those photographers are crazy. Like one of my favorite National Geographic ones is Jimmy Chin.
I follow him too. Yeah. But there's another one. I think his name is Paul Nicklin.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, but some of them are just so incredible with their like photos and videos. It's insane.
I'd love to be able to like do an assignment with like different like action sport athletes. Like I shoot a lot of surfing, but that's easy because you can just show up to the beach and just shoot what's already happening.
Yeah.
And I've like showed up and like shot climbing like that before too.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, to be like specifically like to go on a trip where like you're doing photos and people are like specifically doing something, that's how you get good stuff.
I was going to say, like, have you been to any of the local sports events here, like Windsor Express or Spitfires or something like that?
To be honest, I'm not interested in shooting sports like that.
Oh, you're more so like sports related to like surfing and...
Yeah, like action sports in terms of like climbing, surfing, skateboarding.
Oh, that'd be sick, yeah.
Even like whatever sports I like to do, like I do those ones, so then I like to shoot it kind of thing.
Yeah, pickleball.
Yeah, see, like pickleball to me wouldn't get good photos. It's like you're just on a court.
That's
or like
true.
Hockey, you're just on an ice rink. Like I want it to be in nature. And then
dynamic, right? Yeah, like in the air or something, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even care to shoot the action so much as like the lifestyle of it. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of my surfing photos are just like people walking on a beach or sitting cool with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, more so than just like somebody like slam dunking a ball, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I like the nature aspect of it too, I guess. What did you, what is your background in school? What did you go to school for?
Oh my God, I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives. So, so I did my bachelor's of human kinetics here in Windsor, and then I studied abroad. So part of a semester I went to Deakin University in Australia, which was super awesome. Damn. And then, which is the start of my traveling hiatus. And
what year was that? Sorry.
I think this was right before they had the wildfires. So I think 2019.
Okay, cool.
Then came back, was chilling for a bit, and then COVID hit. But I already applied to school in Europe. Got accepted in Ireland. I was like, well, I guess COVID's not going to kill me now, so I'll go. So I ended up going.
Oh, really?
In the midst of everything that was going on, which was insane because the first semester, everyone was literally separated in these pods. So it felt really weird as a school experience because you couldn't really be near anyone. Yeah. Other than see them mostly on Zoom.
Yeah, so you're here to get an experience, but it's hard with COVID.
Yeah, but obviously it was fine because eventually with Europe, they actually kind of figured everything out faster than North America. So, with the vaccines and everything coming out, we ended up being able to see everyone in person again, which was really nice. And then ended up traveling like crazy, and it was kind of the perfect 2-in-1 where I wanted to travel because I was still in my 20s and, to finish school. But now that I finished school, this year right now is my gap year.
Okay. So
one of the things that I'm working on is kind of doing what I want without the pressure or influence of what others might expect me to be doing.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So.
Are you going back to school?
No. So with physiotherapy, you actually have a license exam to practice in Canada.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been studying for.
Okay.
And I'm someone that just has so much pride. So I guess I'm going to be vulnerable for a quick minute. So I wrote the exam earlier this year. I failed it by like 2 points. It was like 598 out of 600. And I was devastated. Like I was bedridden for like 4 days because I'm like, wow, I grew up and like made myself this like academic weapon. Like no one's going to stop me. All of a sudden this like really humbled me because I'm like, wow, shit. Like maybe I should take a step back and figure out like, is this a sign or is this something I need to work on? So obviously I'm going to rate it later in a couple months, but this year was supposed to kind of be like my discovery year, which is why it's awesome because I'm doing a bunch of random stuff like working with local restaurants as a content creator or working part-time at Blackburn Radio. So
I saw you doing that.
yeah, so it's really nice because, you know, like I said, like I'm a big advocate for doing everything, trying everything. Because you're young and you might as well figure out what you like and what you don't like. And don't get me wrong, I do love school. Like I said, I lived 1,000 lives. I've done research, you know, like I've done a bunch of things and like I'm still here.
I'm always trying to do a million new things at a time too. And that's like the best way to be, you know? I have more hobbies than like you could count.
Same.
And sometimes I get too busy and I'm like, okay, the only one that matters is photography. So we got to take a break from these. Like, that's the only thing that I care about, like performing well in. It's like, you know, like pickleball and climbing and surfing. Like I obviously try my best and like sometimes I'll be like, oh, like I didn't do good or whatever like today. But then it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like the only thing that matters is like my photography and everything else is just for fun, you know?
Yeah. And like, I think that's the thing that people forget too is all your hobbies can just be hobbies. You don't have to monetize it or you don't have to, you know, add it into your main life. Like you can do them whenever you want. It's not like if it's not your passion entirely, then that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah. No, for sure. 100%. So we've been talking about, we've been trying to get together to play pickleball for like 2 months.
I know, but it's like our schedules are the opposite.
I know.
You're like, oh yeah, I have to film a wedding casually. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing this another day. You know what I mean? Like,
We'll get together. We'll play. I've been playing a lot like the last 2 months.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
It's addicting. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the second you start playing, snap. You are like obsessed. Like you're looking up YouTube videos on how to do better. You're looking up like the most expensive racket possible. Like
I got a good one on sale. It's so light. I'll show you when you leave.
Okay.
The little like fabric case it goes in is heavier than the paddle.
Stop.
I'll show you.
How much did you spend on it?
$80. Regular
that's actually
or $250.
Oh my god.
I'll find it right now and I'll show you.
I was gonna say even Sports Check right now, they're having a sale. I think.
Oh really? Okay. I'll tell my buddies.
It's hard though because it's like. You're like, should I spend it? But then when you try to break it down, you're like, okay, if I play this amount of times, it's only $1 spent on this paddle.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so the one I have is back up to 200.
You got it just in time.
I got it for 79.
That's insane.
I'll show you it. It's really nice.
It's a lightweight, right?
It's super lightweight.
That is the best.
It's like too light. I dropped it and I was like, because it's like the rim is, you know, and it's expensive, but no, it's nice. I'm working on my like backhand curve serves right now.
God, that's insane. Literally, my sister and my boyfriend, they're constantly watching videos and sending them to me just to like tell me, you need to practice on this. And I'm like, well, damn. I guess I'm the worst one out of the group. I guess.
You said that you play with your sister and your boyfriends?
Yeah, and a lot of my friends play too, which is awesome. Like I feel like every summer we're like obsessed with a new sport. Like last year it was spike ball. The year before volleyball, we'd be playing like 4 or 5 times a week. It was really unhealthy.
It's healthy. They're healthy sports. It's good. Yeah.
You're outside, you know, getting your workout in. So, but yeah, it's insane.
Actually, so like I said, I have a million hobbies.
Yeah.
And I've kind of X'd out a lot of the ones that weren't also like physically active.
Yeah.
Because like you kill 2 birds with 1 stone when
100%.
it's a workout 100%. Too. Because like I don't have time to go to the gym and do this activity today.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I climb, mountain biking are like my two main ones.
Oh, that's super cool.
And those are both like full-fledged workouts.
Yeah.
So it's nice, like, you know, most days I just do those.
I was going to say, Malden Park has like a new biking trail for mountain biking. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, we've got like so many good spots. So Malden has like a million things around the whole park, like all kinds of different places in the park. And I find new ones all the time. Like we just found this one that takes like 5 minutes to go through, and I was like, damn.
That's insane.
It's good. And then Black Oak Park.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which they're like trying to sanction right now. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, they like want, I don't know exactly what they want to do. They want to make it like protected land or something like that, but the only people some people hike it, but like most people that go there are just mountain bikers, and like obviously we take care of it. We don't get off the bike, so we're only on the trails that are already pre-established, and like everybody takes good care of it. Like a lot of people groom the trails, pick up garbage, you know, whatever. So they're trying to like sanction it as like just mountain biking.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that'd be cool if they did that.
I was gonna say, is there even any other biking trails other than? I was going to say Ganacho, maybe?
No, so like mountain biking is, Malden, which is like from the city. And then Black Oak, which is just people that love it. And then Libro and Amherstburg.
Oh, okay. I get where
with WebC, like the Windsor Essex Mountain Biking Club community. Whatever the C stands for. I think it's community. It's community. The last guest I had on was James, who's like runs that and started that.
Oh, that is so cool.
And all the Libro trails at the Libro Center, it's owned by the city of Amherstburg, and they gave them to them, and it's all, so like nobody can take it from them. It's like,
that's smart.
They built it all. They're opening like I think 3.5K of new trail in like 2 weeks there.
That's actually super cool.
Yeah.
I think Windsor needs more stuff like that, because I truly think within the next decade it's just gonna pop off. Like, you're literally living in a border city. You could go to the next city in 10 minutes. You're on the highway, so if you want to go to London, Toronto, you could. There's so many things to do here, and there's a lot of hidden gems.
There is a lot of hidden gems. Like, I go to Peche Island like once a week. Do you go there?
I think it's so cool. Like, it's such a unique thing. Like, I know the city of Windsor does like boat tours for like $10 or something. But if you really want to like, be ambitious, I guess kayak or, you know, jet ski over.
Yeah. Do you have a kayak?
My boyfriend does. So I guess by association, it's mine.
Do you guys have one or two?
We have two.
You have two. Nice. Yeah. See, like we have. So I bought one in like 2016, and then now like my dad and I have 6.
Whoa.
Just because like people always want to come, and you always want to bring people. So we had 2, but then we could only go us 2. So then we got two more, but then my wife and his girlfriend go. So it's like, fuck, I guess we need 2 more so friends can come too. So we got 6.
It's like a whole family outing at this point. That's so cool.
So yeah, we should go there one day.
There you go. It'll be a little trip out of it.
Yeah. I like to go on weekday evenings in the summer when it doesn't get dark till like 9:30.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was going to say, it wouldn't be that busy either then.
No, it's great. It's like dead there.
Oh, perfect.
It's beautiful. You know, go for a swim. Yeah, that's a good spot.
Well, we have to add it to the bucket list. And pickleball. Yeah. Comment down, who do you think will win in a pickleball match?
We're going to play like singles.
We're going to play singles, and we're going to play doubles. We're going to force your wife to learn, and then we're going to go crazy.
All right, sounds good. Do you like playing doubles or singles more?
I'm not going to lie. I like doubles more only because you're running a little less.
I like single more because you run more, so I feel like I'm getting more out of it. But no, I understand what you mean.
Yeah. But it is more competitive when it's singles.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like, I'll watch, just even if it's me against my sister, we're like going crazy. But then in doubles, you're kind of just chilling.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot less running. Have you played anybody who's like stupid good in doubles?
Oh my God, yes. You feel like a total idiot. You're literally just standing there. You're like, man, 11 points. All right.
No, seriously. We played, do you know who Mike Graff is?
He sounds familiar.
So he's like Windsor's like probably one of the best players. He's like the number 1 like coach in the city, I think. One of the biggest coaches. Leanne did the article on him in the Drive.
Yeah, I read that article, yeah.
And I did the photos for it. So then I met him, and then I started playing. And then I ran into him at the pickleball court, and he was with his wife, and I was with my buddy. We've been playing for like a month or so.
Yeah.
And he's like, all the courts were filling up. So he's like, can we jump in with you guys? And we're like, sure. I was like, you're a coach. Like, take it easy. He's He's like, we're old. You guys take it easy on us. He beat us 11-0.
That is tough. I'm not gonna lie. That's a fat L.
We played 3 games against him. So he got 33 points against us. Him and his wife, they got 33 points against
insane.
us. We got 3. And I think they were just mercy points too. Like, I was like, okay, like he's gonna be really good, but like, maybe we can keep up. He serves it and the ball goes in like this like crazy curve and like smokes the back corner. And I'm like, like when I hit it, it just went somewhere else. I was
That's
like,
insane.
Yeah, it was wild.
At this point, I would have picked up my bags and just walked out. I wouldn't even say bye because I'd be so embarrassed.
I looked at him after the first game. I was like, don't take it easy on us. I was like, I want to learn how to hit those before we finish today. And then I got 3 points against him and he got 33.
That is so tough.
They like rush the kitchen line and they just stand there and just like smash things at you.
I know.
Yeah.
It's actually insane. Like if there wasn't a kitchen rule, you probably wouldn't have gotten those 3 mercy points. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie.
I couldn't believe their like reflexes. Like they were hitting everything and they like never crossed up each other. Like she was on this side, he was on that side.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, they were insane. Insane. Both of them. Not just him. Like his wife was insane too.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was nuts.
Well, noted never to play against.
I felt he put me on my knees twice in that game, like going for a ball, like I was on the ground. Yeah.
Yep. Pack your bags and go. This is not.
When we play, it'll definitely be more friendly, I hope.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be like a good like challenge, but it'll be fun.
You went skydiving.
Yes.
Did you go in to come see Michigan?
Oh man, I don't even remember. But yeah, somewhere in Michigan.
Okay. How was it?
It was so cool. Like, this was like one of my bucket lists. Like, I originally wanted to go in New Zealand a few years back, but obviously bad weather. Like, you're not going to go skydive when it's thunderstorming. Like, that's just not the way to go. And so, obviously, on my bucket list, I was like, okay, I've ticked off so many things. Like, insane. So then I was like, you know what? This one thing that I really want to do last year was just go skydiving for my birthday. And I did. And believe it or not, they had one extra spot. And so I tried to convince my boyfriend the day of, like, hey, do you want to just come with me? Like, we'll go together and like, it'll be super fun. He goes, no, you must be out of your mind. No. And I'm like, but come on, it's like cool. Like, what are the odds of it having an extra spot? Like, this is a sign. You have to do it. He goes, no, I need like 3 weeks to mentally prepare. Like, this is no way. Like,
no, I think you just got to go because you're not prepare at all. Yeah.
Right? So,
because you don't have to do anything. You just have to let them jump with you, right?
Literally, you have someone with you. You're just there.
Yeah.
They're in existence. Like, come on now. We're just living on a rock. We'll be fine. But, yeah, no, it was super sick. Like, I keep telling people, like, this is, like, such a different feeling than a roller coaster. Like, you know, you get that stomach, like, weird gut feeling where you feel nauseous and, like, ready to vomit. No. With skydiving, it's, like, you have wings. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like I'm promoting Red Bull at this point. But genuinely, like, you're up there and you're literally just, there's a bit of a wind, like a little breeze, but other than that, the view is insane.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do it, but I'm like a little nervous, but I just got to pull the trigger and we just got to go.
It's literally not even 10 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Like
you're back on the ground in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And it is so cool.
How long do you free fall for? Like 30 seconds?
Maybe like
seconds?
5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess
like
total.
Before they pull the chute.
Like, yeah, maybe 30 seconds,
30
not
seconds.
even. But
okay.
Even then, like, you're in an open grass area, like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Can we watch your video of you doing it?
Yeah, it was so sick. Like, he was like, do you want to be in a video? I was like, fuck yeah, I'm so down.
Well, when I do it, I'm paying for everything.
No, you have to. This is like, you have to capture the moment. Like, I think one of the coolest places to also go skydiving would be, you know the Palm Islands in Dubai? Like, they curated, like,
where they made the yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be so cool to go because that's such a unique view compared to, like, you know, obviously the here, field, water, whatever. So, yeah.
I want to do it in San Diego because you'll see Mexico as you drop in the ocean. I think that'd be a good spot too.
That's actually sick.
One day. Okay.
Honestly, are you gonna put it on right now?
I'm gonna put it on right now.
Honestly, the video quality is a little bad. I think they had like a really old GoPro from like, I think it was a GoPro 4 or 5. I should have brought my own, but
It had the plastic case on it still. Yeah.
But shout out to them because they honestly made the experience like so seamless.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, if I do it, I'm doing it like I'm filming it. You know,
You have to full send it.
Yeah, for sure. Computer. Okay.
All right, Nina, what's going on today?
We're going skydiving, baby.
Wait, what? You jumping out of an airplane?
Was this just the instructor?
Oh
Yeah.
my God, first time.
First time.
Are you out of your mind?
Hell yeah, I am.
Good, we like crazy people here. It's just fine, just fine. Who'd you come out with today?
With my boyfriend Jagger.
How much was
You
it?
jumping?
I think it was like
Oh, come on. Well, you don't wanna do this.
150.
That's it?
Which fun you have.
Maybe plus tax under 200. Like it wasn't that bad, like at all.
Excited.
You got nothing to be nervous about. You're jumping with
Yeah.
Paul. He's going to take good care of you. You going to back out on me at the last minute?
No.
We're doing
I think
this?
it was like an extra
I
100
don't
for
wanna
the
hear it.
film.
Couple
So
minutes, we're gonna get on that
in reality,
airplane
it
over
wasn't that
behind
bad at
you.
all.
Yeah.
We're going to go up
And
to
they took pictures of you too, or no?
14,000 feet.
No, they only had one person to film the entire thing, and then they edit the videos for you, and then you get like a few edited ones to choose from. So this was just one I chose and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna post it in full send.
Let's go tear it up.
Sick. Yeah, you don't seem nervous at all.
No, I think one of the things I like to describe myself is fearless. Like, you're living your life. Like, come on, like, why not?
Yeah. You're not even attached when you get in the plane.
No. It's super cool. So while this is all happening, you're gonna notice that, I don't even know if it's in the video, but there's gonna be a few people that just free fall. They'll look like flying squirrels first.
Okay. How many
So-
people were in the plane with you?
I would say maybe like 8.
Okay.
So those like people in front of me will go first. Then after that, yeah.
That was the guy who interviewed you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody back out in the plane?
No, surprisingly not. I was like, you know what? They have courage.
You're still not scared here? Is it raining?
It's a little bit drizzling because you're so high up in the clouds. I guess you could say you're on cloud 9. It was so cool because they give you some like ideas to do with your hands while you're like free falling. Yeah, like, you know, you can do kisses, radical, whatever it is.
So
The rock
crazy.
on sign, you know.
So crazy. Why does he have a helmet on and you don't?
He's super passionate about this, and he talks about like how he used to be like a motorcyclist, and he used to drive around for work and stuff all the time, and that's like his signature, like that's like his costume almost. Like he feels like invincible with that on. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Have you rode a motorcycle?
I mean, I guess if you count like the ones in like Italy and Bali, what are those called, Vespas or something?
Yeah. Like scooters, kind
Yeah.
of bikes. Yeah, that counts. Yeah. Like when we go, like when I've been to like Nicaragua and places like that, we always like
Oh
rent those
yeah,
bikes.
you have to, right? It's so much fun.
But like when we were there this past winter, like it was kind of busy, and I was like, like I have a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
that's so cool.
thank God I know how to ride this thing, and like I'm fast with like
Yeah.
the clutch and the brakes and everything, because like man, everybody's like ripping around here, and they just like give it to you as a tourist.
So great.
It's kind of sketchy, like
Yeah.
you know. I kind of missed your ending. What were you
Oh
saying?
yeah, no, I was gonna even say like it's so crazy how the rules only apply the same as here than it is in like other countries. They don't give a fuck. They'll swerve around you. They won't signal, whatever.
They don't even give you a helmet. They're like, here, go ride this bike.
If you need anything, just give us a call.
You can even, yeah, it's crazy. They're pretty easy to ride. Like they're pretty small bikes. Like they're only like the ones we ride out there, like
Yeah.
125 cc's, and like you know my bike here is 900 cc's, so it's like
Yeah.
a ninth of the size. But still, like it's dirt roads. It's sketchy. I don't know.
No way. But yeah.
So how was it when do you have to lift your feet when you hit the ground? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, just slightly, but that's the only really instructions they had. Like
That's a smooth landing.
right?
Wow.
Best experience ever. Wow.
Were you riding a high for like the rest of the day?
Honestly, yeah. I was like, should I become a skydive instructor? Like, I was like going in my head, I was like, this is so sick. And like, I think everyone should go.
crazy.
That's so sick.
One of my favorite lines in a movie is in Point Break. Patrick Swayze says, some people do drugs for highs or whatever. All you got to do is jump.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And then, sorry, just relating back to how like you have a motorcycle and stuff. So on Tuesday nights, they have biker nights. I don't know if you've known that. So basically, there'll be like a bunch of people from Iron Horse, and they bring all their bikes out. And it's super cool to see because like some people have like kind of like cool vintage ones. Some people have like the newer ones.
Yep.
And whatever you buy there, like the proceeds go to Wetcha, Average Joe's in, I think, Forest Glade.
Yep. On Lausanne, yeah.
Yeah.
And where does the proceeds go?
To Wetcha. So it's for like disabled kids to have the opportunity to like experience like riding horses or like just activities like that they're not able to, you know, obviously get to do on a regular basis.
No, that's super cool. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't gone to too many bike events in like the last year. One of my best friends, he does like the moto socials here.
Oh, that's cool.
Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen those.
It was just on Tuesday. It's the third Tuesday of every month. Yeah, and it's always somewhere new. He's the one who like runs the Windsor ones, Bryce. But like it's like a across like North America thing. But,
that is so cool.
Yeah, but I haven't even made it out to one of his. But yeah, I'll come check it out one day.
Yeah.
Take a peek. We got Hogs for Hospice coming up. That's the biggest thing.
I forgot about that. Yep. In Leamington.
Yeah, I was there doing photos last year, like for the event, and I was like, because I'd never gone as like a bike. I don't know. I like to ride alone kind of thing.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
But like, I obviously didn't ride in it because I was shooting it. But I was like, whoa! So I'm going this year. I'm doing some things to my bike before. But yeah,
it's insane how many bikers there are in Windsor. Let alone like, you know what I mean? Like, it's insane.
I forget how many people were there. Like a stupid number. Like I don't even want to say it because I'm gonna get it wrong.
I know we're gonna butcher it.
Maybe like 3,500 bikes. Maybe that sounds right.
It's like nonstop too. They have like a whole parade like going through.
Yeah, it's nuts. And then they go to like Point Pelee, I think, and then they go back down and then they hang out in Kingsville. So like I was there at like 7:30 in the morning.
In the morning, that's insane. Yeah.
Getting people rolling up, and then around like 11, once they all left, I like went to Kingsville to meet them there, and it was a super fun day. I'm hoping to do it again this year.
They also have really good food at like these events in general, so I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, it's cool. There's like vendors there. They had like a stunt show, like people on dirt bikes were like they jumping those ramps. Yeah, so I'm gonna go this year for sure. Whether I'm working it or not, I'll be there. Yeah,
it'll be such a cool experience, and like there's a concert too, I think.
Yeah, like with like decently big musicians.
Yeah, I was like, wow, they're doing a lot for themselves.
Yeah. Have you gotten any freebies since you started doing this?
Yes, a lot actually. I'm guilty to say this so much, but I think that's the hard thing about being transparent with people is obviously like it's kind of like almost transactional. Like yeah, I'm also sharing my experience, but businesses or restaurants or whatever, they're willing to give you free items in exchange for a video. And this is where I'm also struggling with because obviously like I don't want to just only do it for freebies. Like I want to do it because I want to get paid as well. So it's been a journey because I am getting paid for some of the content I make now, which is really interesting. But I'm someone that's kind of weird when it comes to talking about money because I feel like I'm not too financially literate. I guess I'm going to bring it back to like, you know, my childhood and just my parents and how they raised me because they're immigrants, right? So their idea of money is so different than people who normally live here.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So it's been kind of a challenge, but I'm working on it. But I do think freebies is awesome because it's like you feel like you're worth something. Like, you know, you're not just doing this besides having the passion for it, but you're also getting compensated because they know your value and your worth.
Yeah. Like when I started my business, I like would do things in trade or for whatever.
Yeah.
Now I've been running this business for 10 years and like it's different. Like I would never do anything if I wasn't being paid like my rate now. But like when I was starting, I used to do stuff all the time. Like it was a great way to kind of
network, to even put your foot in the door, which I highly recommend people doing if this is something they're interested in.
Yeah. Unless maybe once in a while there's something like really cool that I want to do and we'll do it in trade.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
If it's like, you know, I don't know. If it's something more for fun, like, I don't know, just for example, like say I want something, like I want a new kayak, like reach out to a kayak company.
Exactly, yeah.
Show them my work. I'll do this for you. Send me a kayak.
Yeah, that's actually a
Something
really
like
good
that.
idea. Like sometimes reaching out to people, you'd be surprised how receptive people are.
Yeah. What's the harm in asking?
You never know if you don't ask, right?
Yeah, like so many cool things have happened just because I've asked. You know, why not? You know, and it
The
just,
worst thing they can say is no.
yeah, for sure. Like a good example of this is when I put out my last book like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I've been friends with Dan McDonald for like a decade now. Who's on the radio?
Oh my God, he's on AM 800.
Yep, the Dan McDonald Show. He was on this podcast, episode 10, I say for him. But yeah, like 2.5 years ago, I just reached out and I was like, hey, Dan, like I have this book coming out. I don't know if like you'd ever be interested in like talking to me about it. And he's like, yeah, you want to come tomorrow? And I was like, okay, sure, thanks. And like I wasn't even going to ask, like I didn't even want to bug him. And then
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, like I came on like the next day or like the day after or something.
That's
and I was
crazy.
like, this is sick, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, just ask. You know, what, why
Yeah,
not?
the worst they can say no, or you can negotiate to see what works for both parties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. What trips do you have coming up?
Oh man, so when it comes to this type of stuff, it's hard. Like I'm someone that's been working on this. Like compared to my boyfriend, like he's very like type A, like he wants to look forward to something. So he'll think about places that he wants to go visit. For me, I'm kind of a last minute girl. So I guess that's part of the fun, right? Like
Yeah.
to kind of wing it. Like if you see a cheap flight, like maybe we'll just go this weekend. But if it's like something advanced, then I don't have anything. Obviously, I would love to go to Antarctica one day. That'd be the coolest thing ever. Like I've seen Expedition on that type of stuff. Like you're on like a boat and like these big chunky like jackets and like they're showing you like the ins and outs. It's like a cool cruise.
I like winter trips too, honestly.
Yeah.
Like there's a slight bummer when you get out of the airport and it's cold.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's like we've done Banff only in the winter a couple times.
Yeah.
I've gone to like Iceland.
I have too. What'd you like about Iceland?
Everything. It was so cool. Just like I went alone.
So different, right? Compared to like, I feel like it's the most unique type of country because you don't really see glaciers or volcanoes really anywhere.
Yeah, it was really. I went there to make my first book I ever made.
That's so cool.
I just did it alone for a week when I was like 22, I think. It was awesome. I just drove around the like southern part of the country all day and just went to different spots and
That is so cool.
walked up and shot photos and then went somewhere new. And when did you go?
I went last July.
How was it? That doesn't get dark in July.
No, so we were surprised, right? So I think it gets darker closer to the fall.
Okay.
So we were pretty lucky because we were just like in the middle of that big transitional period between like winter-ish, summer-ish for them. And we went for 2 weeks and we did like the craziest itinerary. Like we went throughout the entire island. Like we drove like
You did the ring.
more than that. The entire like, I don't know how we did it, but we did it and we're fucking crazy. And like it got to the point where we even like stopped at a spot and we met this random couple and they were just like, yeah, we just saw puffins. And we were like, are you serious? Like that's like almost impossible, like near impossible. We're like running before the sun like literally starts to set. We're running for like 3-4 kilometers, you know, like up and down elevation just to try to get a drone shot of the puffins. It's insane. We managed to do it.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Drones weren't really a thing when I went in 2018. Like they were, but like not to the
extent
that
yeah.
they have today. I remember there was like a new DJI store when I went there, but like they were expensive and back
Yeah.
then. But it would be cool. I want to go back.
Yeah.
Definitely like this many years later.
It'd be a completely new experience.
Yeah. I went in April, so like it was similar weather that I was leaving.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like it got dark around the same time. It was like the same-ish temperature. It was pretty equal.
yeah.
It might have been a little bit gloomier and colder there, just a little bit. But for the most part, I pretty much left the same weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's super cool that like you can literally camp anywhere in Iceland.
Did you guys camp? Is that what you did?
We took a camper van, so
Nice.
which is saves you the literally hotels and finding a place to stay every night. And we wish we knew this earlier, but you can literally camp right beside a waterfall. I'm pretty sure it's called Skogafoss.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, how cool would it be just to wake up and you open your window, there's a waterfall.
That one is crazy. I went to like the top of that one and.
Oh, did you?
Did I have a picture? I thought I had a picture in here of me on it. Anyway, that one is that one's really cool. That's like the big like wide one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can walk right up to it.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Yeah, like right up to the water. And then
It's
there's
so
a
good.
hidden one next to it.
I didn't know there was a hidden one.
So I saw these like photographers kind of like hanging out, and then I just walked over there, and then I just kind of went through like between like some mountains, and it's just like a little like valley, and then all of a sudden like boom, another waterfall, and you can go stand behind the waterfall.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
That is
Yeah.
so sick.
Yeah, it was cool.
Just so many hidden gems there. Like, it's insane.
Did you go to the plane crash on the beach?
No, we didn't. We literally tried to hit everything that we could think about hitting, and we were so exhausted by the end of the trip. Like, I'm not joking. Like, on our last leg of the trip, we ended up meeting another couple, funny enough, at a campsite, and they were talking about, like, obviously Blue Lagoon is so beautiful, but it is so expensive. Like, I think I spent like $150 just to be there for a couple hours, right?
Jeez.
But obviously on the bucket list, you make sacrifices, right? So, and they literally told us there was this naturally geothermal pool that you can go at, and it's free. And so obviously we listened to them. They literally showed us literally a point on Google Maps. Like, these were just like random coordinates. And we show up and there was nobody there. It looked abandoned, but it was actually maintained by like one person, like often, right? But it was so cool. It looks like a swimming pool, but it's like warmed up by like.
Just naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so sick.
That is pretty sick. They have those in Nicaragua too. It's like a natural hot springs, but they kind of like built a little pool around it to make it like easier to get in and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. Did you say you had to leave at a certain time?
Oh yeah, I do have to go to the movies, but
What are you going to see?
At 4:45. I don't know actually. I think it's either Planet of the Apes or the new Biker. Oh my god, we talked so long that
Bike Rider comes out tomorrow.
Oh. Well, I'm seeing some sort of movie.
I'm 95% sure it comes out tomorrow because I'm going to go see it, I think, on Sunday.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I hope it's open and you guys can see it, but Planet of the Apes will be good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you
Oh my
seen
God.
the other three?
Yes, I have. I really like the one with what's his name?
James Franco?
No, when they did a mashup with oh my god, what's his name? The big dinosaur guy in Japan.
Godzilla?
Yeah, Godzilla. Okay. I was trying to think. It starts with the G. What is it called?
I've never seen that one. It's good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, time went by fast, eh?
Oh my god, I could have just kept talking and yapping. I'm a big yapper.
Is there anything specific that like you have coming up that you like wanted to talk about or share, like projects or not to put you on the spot?
I'm trying to think. Not that I know of, but follow. I mean, I guess you'll find out.
Yeah, you gotta tell everybody where they can follow you. Do it.
Okay, this is gonna be so cringy, but follow me on Instagram at Nina No. Is it underscore first or I don't even know my own username. Oh, that's so funny.
Everything's loading slow. You're probably
I guess just look me up, Nina No, and I'm sure it'll pop up.
Oh, and you got the verified check mark.
I do. Isn't that crazy? So it's funny because
first.
I didn't do that. My friend who works for Meta, he was just like, you know, it'd be crazy if I could just add a little tick. And I was like, okay, why not?
And you did it?
Yeah, so which was awesome. Shout out to Ben.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's underscore first.
Thank you so much. There you have it, guys. Underscore Nina No.
I think if you just typed in your name, it'll probably come up anyway.
Exactly.
What's your YouTube? It's
Same thing. I think it's just Nina No.
Isn't it something with Nina though? No?
Maybe it's Nina. I don't know. Huge flex. I don't know anything.
Yeah, no way it's Nina.
Oh, no way, it's Nina. Yeah, that's me. Well, you might be following some other girl. That's fine too. Support her. But sorry, little flex. You can pre-order this online.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. It was great to like actually meet you.
Yeah, I feel like it's cool to like be friends online with people, and then when you actually meet them in person, you're like, oh my god, I feel like I've known you forever, technically.
Yeah, it's weird. It like doesn't feel like I'm meeting you, but like, you
Yeah.
know, I am. So yeah, no, for sure. Well, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. That was great.
That was awesome.
Thanks for coming on.
That was awesome. Okay, wait. One quick TikTok.